Most people think rich people take wild risks, but that idea comes from watching the end of the movie instead of the beginning. They see the private jets, the ocean view homes, the freedom, and they assume it all came from bold gambles and lucky breaks. What they do not see is the quiet discipline that happened years before, the cautious steps taken when no one was watching, the steady accumulation of assets that did not look exciting at first. Wealth is rarely built by recklessness. It is built by understanding what is safe before chasing what is spectacular. I remember sitting with an older gentleman many years ago, a man who had built substantial wealth without ever appearing flashy. His clothes were simple, his words were careful, and his lifestyle looked ordinary to anyone who did not know better. I asked him once, what was the secret? He smiled and said, I didn't try to get rich fast. I tried to stay rich long enough. That sentence stayed with me because it revealed a truth most people never learn. The wealthy do not first ask how much they can gain. They ask how much they can protect. The first safer asset rich people understand is ownership in productive businesses. Not speculation, not gambling on rumors, but ownership in enterprises that produce value day after day. These businesses may sell food, provide services, manufacture tools, or solve problems that people are willing to pay for repeatedly. The safety comes from cash flow, from customers who return, from systems that work even when the owner is asleep. Wealthy people are not impressed by excitement. They are impressed by consistency. They would rather own a boring business that earns steadily than chase a thrilling idea that collapses under pressure. The moral here is simple. If it does not produce, it does not produce. It does not produce. It does not protect. The second safer asset is real estate that serves a purpose. Not property bought for ego, but property bought for function. Homes that people need, warehouses that businesses require, land positioned where growth is logical rather than hopeful. The safety of real estate comes from utility. People always need a place to live, work, store, and build. Rich people understand that value follows usefulness. They are patient buyers and long-term holders because time rewards well-located property. While others fear market cycles, they collect rent, reduce debt, and allow inflation to work quietly in their favor. They are not in a hurry because real wealth does not respond well to impatience. The third safer asset is ownership in themselves through skills and knowledge that compound. Wealthy individuals treat learning as an investment, not an expense. They read when others relax, they study when others complain, and they refine their judgment through experience. Skills create safety because they cannot be taken away by markets, governments, or trends. A person who can solve problems, communicate clearly, negotiate wisely, and adapt quickly will always find opportunity. Rich people know that before money can grow safely, the mind must grow steadily. The mind must grow steadily. The greatest asset they protect is their ability to think clearly under pressure. The fourth safer asset is diversification across stable financial instruments. This includes stocks of strong companies, bonds, and funds that are selected not for hype, but for durability. The wealthy are not emotional investors. They are disciplined allocators. They spread risk not because they are afraid, but because they are intelligent. They understand that no single investment deserves blind faith. Safety is created through balance, patience, and long-term perspective. While others panic at headlines, the wealthy rely on principles. They know that markets reward time more than timing, and consistency more than courage. The fifth safer asset is relationships built on trust and integrity. This may surprise some people, but relationships are one of the most valuable forms of wealth protection. Rich people surround themselves with individuals who think long-term, act ethically, and understand mutual benefit. Opportunities flow through people, and mistakes are often avoided because someone wise spoke up at the right time. Trust reduces friction, speeds decisions, and opens doors that money alone cannot unlock. Wealth built without trust is fragile. Wealth built with it becomes resilient. Now here's the part most people miss. These assets do not work without discipline. The wealthy do not wake up wealthy. They wake up responsible. They track their finances, control their expenses, and delay gratification long after they could afford not to. Safety and wealth is not created by what you buy. It is created by how you behave. The same assets that protect one person can ruin another if discipline is absent. I once met two individuals who invested in similar opportunities. One focused on learning, patience, and steady growth. The other chased excitement and shortcuts. Years later, one had freedom and peace, while the other had stress and regret. The difference was not intelligence, it was temperament. Wealth rewards those who respect time, risk, and responsibility. The moral of this story is simple but powerful. Wealth is not built by trying to be clever. It is built by trying to be careful. Safer assets may not impress at dinner parties, but they quietly build a foundation that lasts. Rich people do not avoid risk. They manage it. They understand that protecting capital is the first step to multiplying it. If you want to build wealth that lasts, stop asking how fast you can grow and start asking how long you can endure. Because in the end, wealth is not about how much you make in 1 year. It is about how many years your money can work for you. And the safest path is often the one that looks ordinary, feels slow, and rewards patience.